Alright guys, this is Jonathan with One Big Impact. I'm tired. This is an awesome trip. I'm actually reporting to you from England. I'm over here in Nottingham. So, today I got the top 10 things to do when you're in England. Now these are of course things I've done. So, we're going to start off number 10. I want you to go to Nottingham. I do. I want you to go to Nottingham, and I want you to go to the Sherwood Forest, and I want you to go to the castle. And I don't necessarily want you to do the other tour, but do the dungeon tour under the castle. Pretty sweet. The guy that does it has got a super cool attitude about things. He's really young, which is awesome because he's really good at it. They have really awesome pubs. I'm not going to say I've drinking on this tour, but I have maybe had a drink, just one drink. I've had one drink. Not right now. Anyway, St. Mary's Church is another good one. It's got a lot of history. It's not one of the biggest churches. Now, if you're from America, it's a big-ass church. Like, don't even front. It is a Gothic church with sprawling ceilings. And please know that it's going to take you a minute to go around these churches and things when you go to England. These aren't necessarily the things that we build today. Also, I will tell you a few pubs that I really particularly like. Of course, you've got your budget places and stuff. You've got your Weatherspoon. You've got the Bank, and when you're in Nottingham, I gotta say it right, Nottingham. When you're here, you got the Weatherspoon, the Bank. Those are the places where you're gonna get good deals. Now I'm talking like $3 or $4 for a double Jack Daniels and Coke. That's a good deal. Now the other places, you're gonna pay for what you're getting. You're getting the experience, and you can't get that experience anywhere else but here, and they know that. So there's a place I like. We did find it quite quickly. They do have some pretty good specials. I think it's Thursdays, and then every night they have like 2 cocktails for $7.50. Now, I don't want you to think negatively, of course. We do get a shitty exchange rate. So if you're paying $7.50, you're probably paying about $10. You have to transfer it over to your money. And of course, don't think about everything like that, but some things, take a second thought. Is this a really good deal? What about the exchange rate? Okay, so it's a normal deal. Fine, done. They have drinks called the 7 Deadly Sins, and if you like metal or anything like that, like heavy metal, death metal, even like rock, anything like that, 80s rock and stuff, this is gonna be your place. It's like the Gothic, the architecture in there is really cool. It's not a super huge place. It is 2 stories. It's got a ground floor and then a basement. You're going to see a lot of Doc Martens there. You're going to see a lot of black makeup. The place is pretty cool. The 7 Deadly Sins are actually the drinks and stuff. I'll leave some of the stuff to you. The other one I thought was really cool. It's actually a Gothic church, Gothic style church, turned into a bar, and it's a bar / restaurant during the week. First day I went there was on a Friday night. Do yourself a favor. If you're anywhere under like 50 or 60 years old, I don't care how old you are, just go on a Friday or Saturday night. The place is insane. It's popping. You feel like you're in a vampire movie at the apocalypse of the world in Rome, and it is just seriously mind-blowing. Like, the experience is just, you can't get that anywhere else. You just can't. The drinks aren't super affordable. You're going to pay $7 to $8 for a double. But hey, you know what? Pre-game a little bit. Go head up the Weatherspoon. Go to head up the Bank. Get a little buzz going. Go over there, have a couple drinks. Pitch into the idea or whatever. And anyway, that's number 10. Number 9. Do I even gotta say it? Stonehenge. Go. Tell me what you thought. We'll talk. You let me know what you thought, and I'll tell you what you thought. Write in the comments below. I want to know. I'm a little bit This is a touchy subject for me because I got a lot of concerns about this situation. Of course, Stonehenge. Go to Bath while you're there. See the Roman baths, architecture, and things like that. I do apologize. Another thing is, I don't know what the hell I was apologizing for. I'm pretty tired. My internal clock's all jacked up. I've been trying to sleep all day. I can't sleep. I don't want to sleep because it's daytime. I think people look at me like a crackhead. I did a scavenger hunt the other day and ran around the entire city. I'm 270 pounds. I shouldn't be running around the entire city. But it was fun. It was a freaking blast. Next, I actually did this today. Lincoln Castle. Go to Lincoln. If you're in Nottingham, it's going to be about 56 minutes total on the Brit Rail. Take the train. Do yourself a favor. Don't take a cab. Cost you a fortune. You'd be crazy. Or use a Brit Rail day pass and then go there that way. Lincoln also has a pretty good sized fashion industry, and as well as they of course have the regular things, like they have a Primark, and they got H&M, and they got regular stores and stuff like that. But they have a really cool downtown epicenter and stuff like that. The cathedral. If I had to pick between, now I'm a castle lover, don't get me wrong, but if I had to pick between the castle and the cathedral, it'd be the cathedral. And trust me, I love castles, I really do. But this cathedral blows most things out of the water. You're talking a couple 100 feet tall. This thing is, it took over almost 200 years, 178 years or something like that for them to construct this building. Now, I just find it impressive that somebody says, I'm going to build this building, and they died, and somebody says, I'm going to continue building this building. That is amazing to me. That happened 3 or 4 generations long. You got to remember back then, in the 11th century, they didn't live past like 30, 35 years old. That's a lot of generations. 30, 69, that's 6 generations. Almost 7 generations. And they kept building and kept building and kept building. History is rich. They do free tours in there. Do yourself a favor. Get over there. If you get a combined pass, now I didn't go to the top because they had some work going on. So wait a week before you go. If you get a combined pass, as always, bring your student ID no matter where you go. If you get the castle pass and the cathedral pass, with the student discount, it costs me like $13.50. Now, if you want to add $4 to that to go to the top of the cathedral, you can do so. I wasn't able to do so, but I think I'm going to cruise back over there before I leave here. Because once you pay, you actually get 6 months that you're actually able to go back free, which is really nice. So then I just pay that additional $4 and then I'm good to go. Okay, so next on the list, Wollaton Hall. I do recommend you go to this one before you go to number 6. Wollaton Hall's grounds are beautiful. The building is magnificent. They have Deer Park where they have lots of stag. They have multiple types. Bring your camera because these views are just absolutely mind-blowing. Also, make sure when you go there, take a stroll around the lake. It's a little bit of a walk, okay? If you have any walking problems and stuff like that, don't do it because it's quite a ways. It could be a good mile around that lake. I'm not sure exactly of the exact mileage on that or whatever, but it's rough. It took some angst to get around it, but they got lily pads, and it's the most beautiful thing. You get a light drizzling rain on the water, and it's a lot of fun. So do yourself a favor, go to Wollaton. I want to say Wollaton's free. Of course, check the website. It's a country house. Check the website. Make sure, because I don't want to steer you wrong on that. So make sure you stop there. Next one, Chatsworth. Chatsworth is in Derbyshire. and it'll look like it says Derbyshire. It's Derbyshire. Um, go. Probably the most, I'd say to date, the most amazing country house that I've ever seen. The views, the gardens, the grounds, the cascade waterfalls, the house, the art, the sculptures, the waterfalls that are through the grounds, the stone park and rock park, the maze, it just goes on and on. I don't think there's there's no animals or anything there, but do yourself a favor, check it out. Chatsworth is not free. I think it's either 4 or 8 pounds, which comes out to probably like $6 or $10, but it's worth it. It's a mind blower. Be ready, have lots of film, because you're gonna be snapping pictures. In Chatsworth alone, I snapped 1,296 pictures in the course of about 5 hours. Yeah. Also, remember, always go to my Facebook and click like and stuff, and I'm going to start posting my videos as well as some pictures on these from different types of adventures that I've been on that you can see. So, but yeah, Chatsworth for sure. Don't miss it. Do yourself a favor. Get your butt down there. Let's see. Oh, sorry guys. So, another one, Edinburgh. Now that's also going to look like Edinburgh. It's not, it's Edinburgh, Scotland. So the castle there, do it for sure. You're not going to see something like this. You're really not. It is Scotland, so it's a little bit different. There's not much I can say about it. It's just, if you miss it, you're crazy. They have a haunted cemetery there. You can actually do ghost tours at night and stuff like that. It has, I forget what they call it. London has the fog. It's something like that. And, it's more of a mist, but it adds to the character of the place. You really must go. Sorry, I got the bells going in the background. It's actually, what time is it here right now? It's 10 o'clock and it's still light out. It gets dark about 11. So the nightlife is kicking here. Be careful. They drink a lot more than Americans do. Now, of course, I know some Americans that drink just as much as these people, if not more. But overall, drinking age is 18. And I've seen some surrounding areas like Lincoln is 21. London also, is actually cracking down. And they are also 21. So be careful, you know. Don't get mixed up doing things like that. And honestly, you probably shouldn't be drinking if you're from America and you're under 21 anyway. So, next, Wales. Highest concentrate of castles that I know of in the world. You can spend 2-3 days in Wales. If you don't have some time to get around Wales, you better formulate a plan before you go. They have lots of castles there, and just from Nottingham, I think I want to say it's 3 or 4 hours from here. So it's definitely a 2-day trip at least, or else you're not going to get any time to do anything. You're just going to waste your money and precious time while you're over here. So number 3, while you're in England, one of the top, the third thing to do. I've got a couple written here. Pubs, and transit. Use it. Like, I don't know if you're from America. I think over on the East Coast they have a lot better transit system than we do. I live on the West Coast. It's not that great. Like, it's quicker to use planes and stuff like that. If you can use a train, a bus, double-decker, taxi, whatever, get on it. It is so much fun, and it's actually really convenient and very well planned. Do yourself a favor. Stay on the inside of the sidewalk closest to the building, because if you fall off of the curb, it's probably going to be the last thing you ever did, because those double-decker buses come about this far away from that curb all day long. If you trip and fall, you die. So do yourself a favor, step away from the curb. There's no buffer, there's no 4-foot bike lane, anything like that. So be very careful, guys. But the double-decker bus, students can actually get on it for $1, get up to the top, have the ride of your life. It's a lot of fun. Number 2, I think this goes without saying, the Windsor Castle. It's about 20 miles from London. It's obviously the longest standing residence in the British Empire. The Queen Elizabeth actually currently resides in the Windsor Castle. They do tours all day. It is I think it's $19.80 or £19.80 to get in. So $20, 20 pounds to get in. Sorry, but totally worth it. Just do it. You're not going to see a more magnificent castle. In 1992, they had quite the fire. It took, I think, 500 firefighters and 15 hours to actually put it out, but they restored it. It was like a multi-million pound rehabilitation in that, I think it was the West Wing. I'm not totally sure on that part, but they did redo everything and actually restored it to more than even more beautiful than its original glory, and they were actually able to add staterooms and stuff like that, so which is really nice. So yeah, check it out. It's about 20 miles or so out of there. The next one, I think this goes without saying, like, completely. London. You have to freaking go to London. You're an idiot if you don't. And I mean, not like in a bad way. I don't like hate you or anything. Some things that you're probably going to want to check out in London. London's a big place. If you don't have like 3 or 4 days to go to London, just take your key points and get there immediately and do it. A lot of the things are actually going to take you quite a while. We got the London Eye. You can get a full circle, I think it was the biggest Ferris wheel in the world, and now something's surpassed it. But they're large cabins. They're about the size of my studio room here, and they are air conditioned, and you'll get a bird's eye view of everything. London does have a lot of modern architecture, so don't let that sway your visions or whatever. A lot of these older cities, to be honest, be more loving about that, because if they don't evolve, they die. You know, they have to. London is, I think, the 3rd largest city in the world, so it's really important, something like 8.2 million people, it's really important that they evolve or else they go under. So, another thing, Hyde Park, get in an argument with somebody. The people there in Hyde Park openly debate things, and why not get a couple words in? It's usually really safe. The Natural History Museum, free. They have like things like dinosaur bones and artifacts and stuff like that. Imperial War Museum obviously is going to be about war. The Churchill bunkers, Westminster Abbey, and the list goes on and on. I hope this helps you guys a little bit when you're traveling to England. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe my videos. And always, if you don't feel comfortable, please feel free to private message me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks, guys, and you guys are awesome. I'm having a blast in freaking England. If you guys want me to get any videos of anything, please feel free to let me know. And always remember to spread love, not hate. Have a beautiful day, guys. Thank you.